Hello guys, this is Snidmist and I have been seeing that all my face cam videos are getting lot of views. So I thought today's also video will be a face cam video where I will be explaining. Obviously you must have read the title, so you already know. So today's video is going to be about the new IBA Beyblade burst rules which we have come up with, and if you can hear the sound of the fan, it's because the fan is on obviously, and if it's off, it's really hot actually. I know it's February and all, but still it's really hot for me, and that's why I've kept the fan on. I'm really sorry for the voice, but anyways, let's start with the video. So the first start of the Beyblade burst rulebook which we have made, which is available in the tournament section under IBA Gyan Kosh. So is very standard, about how you win the tournament, then like how you win the battles, etc., etc., etc. So there are not much of extreme changes about there. So, but the interesting things come up later in the reading section, where you have we have designed three formats for Beyblade Burst, which is basic, then extreme, and then elite. All these have basic grade, extreme grade, and elite grade, where we have different criteria for restrictions and ban lists. So it's going to be really awesome actually, where you would be like super competitive and have certain restrictions where you have to like specifically use the other layers which were like you were not even aware about now. So basically those are the things which are like new. So we'll start with the basic grade first. I won't be explaining the entire ban list. You can just read it out where which parts are banned and all. I will just give you the gist of it. So the first grade, which is basic grade, is basically similar to limited format of Metal Fight series, where all the dual layers are used and not the god and chosi layers. So it's like a format where dual layers can shine and show their glory, and also there are many restrictions to the parts of the later Chosi series and the Chosi Beyblades, which is restricted in this format. For example, Zenith disc, then double O disc, or you can say 00. I'm fine with anything. Those discs are banned, and many more parts are banned because those discs are very wide and huge and very heavy. So that's why they are banned in this format. Then moving on to the, you say the extreme format, it is for the god layer Beyblades, where the god layer Beyblades shine, and they have also there are some band specifications such as Spriggan Requiem, I believe, and Maximum Garuda, because at that time, if you consider only god layers and dual layers, Maximum Garuda and Spriggan Requiem are like, you can just say in Hindi like फाड़ देते हैं वो सबकी. I hope it's better than saying the F word, right? So, anyways, back to the point. Those Beyblades are really OP during that time, so they have a ban list. They have been included in the ban list. Then moving on, the third format is your, what do you say, extreme format, where all the parts are allowed and you can do everything. Like जो चाहिए वो करो, कुछ भी उखाड़ सकते हो, like that kind of thing you can say, where all the extreme todford things goes on, like with Chosi Valkyrie, then Chosi Achilles breaking all the parts and all. You can be like super aggressive in that format, where you are clashing on the Titan kind of level and God kind of level. So God as in the actual gods, not the god layer Beyblades. So that is the extreme format, and it's like all rough kind of situation there. So that's for the formats. And now this is the very special, this is like one of the very special things which we have included in this Beyblade burst rulebook, is that during the preliminaries, which I and all the IBA moderators have been experienced in WBO, that when you have preliminaries, you have to use a single Beyblade, and it becomes very luck reliant whether you choose a Beyblade which is a hard counter to the Beyblade which your opponent is choosing. For example, I am going with Spriggan Requiem Zero Bearing. I am using the standard combos because those are very famous and people know them and easily you can click them their specialties and their powers rather than mentioning some hard difficult combo. So starting with Spring and Requiem and then zero bump bearing, I'm using it, and my opponent had been be like मुझे attack type Beyblade का जाना है, and he has selected Nightmare Longinus. So he is at a very huge disadvantage actually, because during the battles after first round I can switch my spin direction and he is like gone, literally gone. Like it becomes super tough for him, and the entire the entire choice which he made of choosing Nightmare Longinus will like cost him the entire round, like that battle, and it would be like a shame because it becomes a luck reliant thing where you have to be praying to gods like I hope I select a good combo and my opponent selects a combo which is fair enough for me. Amen. Like that. So basically, that's very stupid. That's why praying to gods in a very skill-based game, I would say it's there is luck always, but still, being a skill-based game, luck is not good. So that's why we have developed a format like a rule where you have to use 4 Beyblades in preliminary rounds. Also, it is also called a deck format now. Like deck format won't be in only finals; it would be in preliminaries only. Basically, the thought behind is that the small kids and also even the larger kids, for example, from the age group of 10, 11, 12 to 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, if you use deck format in the preliminaries also, I'm sure the time duration of the event would be more, but the kids and the participants would have a greater time enjoying themselves and having a very strategic decisions of what Beyblades they can include in their deck, and that way playing strategic mind games against their opponent's deck and like countering them during the battles. So that way it's a very competitive build of nature if we introduce this kind of ruling. So basically that's the main purpose of this ruling, and that's why it was introduced in IBA, so that people become more competitive and have that spirit going on where you have to outsmart your opponent by using different combos and different skills which you have, rather than being luck reliant on whether did I choose a combo which was good against the opponent or I did not, and that costed me the entire battle. So that was my explanation on IBA rules. Surely you can go on IBA, read the rules. If you have any doubts, you can ask me in the comment section. I would be always helpful and always reply to your questions and answer. Like I would answer them. So that is for today, guys. Stay tuned, take care, and bye bye.